Jim Cramer, Chaplain Corps, United States Navy, will deliver the graduation parade. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise.
Let us pray. Gracious one, we are grateful that you will never leave us or forsake us, and for the strength your presence provides to us. For it was you who told us, when you go out against your enemies, do not be afraid, for I am with you. We are thankful today for these new Marines, for their perseverance. Fear not, new Marines, for you are part of the finest fighting force on earth, forged in fire, surrounded by the most capable warriors, and accompanied always by a holy presence. We are thankful for the families and friends of these new Marines, for their love and support. Fear not, families and friends, for your freedoms and your lives are forever protected by these brave men, first to fight, most ready when the nation is least ready. We are thankful today for the drill instructors, for their leadership, discipline, and sacrifice. We thank them for instilling in these young men honor, courage, and commitment, values that forever remain woven into the fabric of every Marine. You prepared these men to be guardians of this great nation. Fear not, drill instructors, for you made Marines. Fear not, great nation of ours, for your protection lies in good hands. We fear not, for we know, O great one, that you go with us always. Amen.
Thank you. Please be seated. The Commanding General, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego, welcomes you to what is an historic event in the life of a Marine, their graduation from boot camp. Approximately 40 weeks each year for the past 99 years, new Marines have departed San Diego for service with units of the Marine Corps around the globe. The primary mission of the Recruit Depot is to provide basic training to recruits enlisted west of the Mississippi, which represents approximately 51% of all male applicants in the Marine Corps each year. The depot is also home to Recruiter School and Drill Instructor School. All our efforts here are geared toward one end, producing America's finest fighting force, the United States Marines. This morning, Company M, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Recruit Training Regiment, will form and march in the parade. Following the passing review, the graduating Marines will return front and center of the reviewing stand for final dismissal. The staff for today's parade is comprised of Marines from the Recruit Training Regiment. The commander of troops is Captain Thompson S. Engel, Company Commander, Company M, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion. The parade adjutant is Captain Dominic W. Chumich, Executive Officer, Company M, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion. The marching units are now being called to attention, and the adjutant's command, sound adjutant's call, will begin today's parade. Marching in today's parade are 250 of the graduating Marines from Company M. Recruit training is comprised of subjects required to produce basic Marines who function effectively in garrison, are trained in rudimentary individual field and combat skills, and practice the personal and professional traits which distinguish them as Marines. Examples of these traits are discipline, the achievement of a state of discipline which assures respect for authority, instant and willing obedience to orders, and the self-reliance to maintain or improve those traits which exemplify a Marine. Military bearing, consistently demonstrating military presence and personal awareness, as well as the proper wearing and maintenance of uniforms. A spirited corps, acquiring the common spirit of the Marine Corps that inspires enthusiasm, devotion, pride, initiative, teamwork, aggressiveness, determination, moral courage, integrity, camaraderie, and the burning desire to work with and for others toward excellence in common goals. years, Marines have fought and won whenever, wherever the nation calls. In the harshest conditions, over the most brutal terrain, and against the most formidable enemies, Marines defend the ideals of freedom with grit and tenacity. Though battlefields change and capabilities evolve, history proves that true victory comes from the individual Marine with still resolve, the drive to overcome any obstacle, and the warrior spirit to fight on against all odds. It takes that steadfast faithfulness, semper fidelis to core, country, and each other that abounds throughout our storied legacy. Marines today remain in combat, forward deployed throughout the world, confronting every challenge with courage, loyalty, and faithfulness. They are resolved to be most ready when the nation is least ready, to defend freedom anytime and anywhere, to stand ready to aid those devastated by natural disasters, to pay tribute to those who have forged our proud legacy, and to honor the families and loved ones who faithfully stand beside us. For the Marines of Company M, today marks the end of a 14-week recruit training cycle. They have marched countless miles at Camp Hamilton and on the parade day and have been trained, as are all Marines, as basic riflemen. In addition, due to an intensive physical training program, their strength and endurance have doubled since their arrival on the recruit depot. They are Marines, qualified to take their places in the ranks of the world's finest fighting organization. The next portion of the ceremony will be the presentation of the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remain standing for the playing of our national anthem. Please be seated. The parade adjutant now presents the assembled command to the commander of troops.
Series 3269. All present. Series 3273. All present.
At the command, officers center march. All unit commanders and baton bearers march to the front and center of the formation. Historically, it was at this point that the commanding officers would issue orders and instructions to the unit commanders. Following this, the unit leaders would face the battle, return to their units, and pass the information along to their marines. Ladies and gentlemen, the battalion commander for 3rd Recruit Training Battalion, Lieutenant Colonel Anthony P. Bariletti.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends and family across the internet, and distinguished guests. On behalf of the Commanding General of the Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego in the Western Recruiting Region, Brigadier General Heritage, and the Commanding Officer of the Recruit Training Regiment, Colonel Palmer, it's my privilege to welcome you, both physically and virtually, to the graduation ceremony for Company M. It's also my privilege to welcome today's parade viewing officer, Major K. It's an impressive bio you will hear shortly. Major, it's an absolute honor to have you here today.
Morning, sir.
Now, excuse me a moment while I address our new Marines just one last time. Good morning, Marines. That was pure pride. Pride in yourselves and pride in the title that you have earned. And you should be proud, because amongst you are some of the finest that this nation has to offer. You see, when you arrived here, you were young and fit, 20 years of age on average, and already in better shape than most of your peers. We made you better. 99% of you are high school graduates, and 8 already have your college degrees. Further, you demonstrated a courage and a commitment that few of your peers could muster when you raised your right hand and took that solemn oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And you come from every corner of the globe. In this case, from 8 different countries, with some coming from as far as Russia and the Philippines, while others as close as right here in San Diego. But it was the pursuit of one goal that brought the 250 of you together. And that goal was to earn the title Marine. And 3 months ago, you began our nation's most difficult entry-level training, when you arrived on your buses and stepped onto those historic yellow footprints. And over the course of the next 3 grueling months, your drill instructors forged you into a cohesive team of smartly disciplined, physically fit Marines, honing your minds and your bodies until you proved yourselves capable of marching long distances over mountainous terrain, carrying heavy loads on your backs with little food or sleep, to always be where you were needed, when you needed to be there to accomplish the mission, and beginning the mindset of being the most ready when our nation is least ready. Throughout your time here, you are undoubtedly tested, trained and evaluated in the attributes that make our Marine Corps unique and deadly. We train your minds and your bodies and develop within each of you a physical and mental toughness that would never quit or give up, despite the odds. We indoctrinated you in our core values of honor, courage, and commitment, developing men of exemplary character, either at peace or at war. And we trained you in battlefield-tested warfighting techniques so that when America calls, our Marine Corps will always win. And thanks to the highly skilled marksmanship instructors at Weapons Field Training Battalion in Camp Pendleton, when you arrive at your objective, you are capable of delivering precision rifle fire against pinpoint targets at a staggering distance of 500 yards. And finally, we built in each of you small unit leaders and tested your ability to decide, act, and communicate with a bias for intelligent action, because that is what the future operating environment demands. So now, having completed the longest, the toughest, and certainly the most demanding entry-level training in the world, you now stand ready to carry out the legacy of our Corps as our nation's naval expeditionary force in readiness, prepared to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Now, when you first got here, and we offered you the challenge of becoming a Marine, I know the last thing on your mind was graduation. Probably thinking, what in the heck have I got myself into? How do I get them to stop yelling? Well, you had a lot to learn. You had many miles to run and many challenges to overcome. But you didn't. And you stand here today as America's newest Marines. And we're proud of you. But you should be proud of yourselves Because few can even attempt what you've accomplished. And when you eventually get home, people will notice the difference. Your friends will look up to you. And when they ask you how you did it, because they will, make sure you introduce them to your recruiter. Because your drill instructors cannot wait to meet your friends. But you must always remember, the key strength of our Marine Corps is not found in our weapons or equipment, but in the strength, character, and warfighting spirit of the individual Marine. That's what matters most in combat, and that's what sets us apart. So remember that, and hold on to it. For the legacy of our Corps, not only first to fight, but to always win our nation's battles, belongs to you now for safekeeping. The world is a dangerous and chaotic place, and that's why we have you. So always remember, that Eagle Globe and Anchor we place in your hands on top of the Reaper represents 244 years of Marines that have come before us. You must always endeavor to be worthy of that legacy and to protect what you've earned. So on behalf of the officers, the drill instructors, and support personnel of the Marine Corps Recruit Depot San Diego, it's my privilege to be the first to wish you fair winds and following seas, Semper Fidelis, Marines, and welcome to the Corps.
Now taking his position in the reviewing area is today's parade reviewing officer, Major Kaiponoa Kaheaku Inhara. He is accompanied by Lieutenant Colonel Anthony P. Bariletti, Battalion Commander, 3rd Recruit Training Battalion.
Regiment! Attack! Who? Reset! Up! Attack! Up!
Major Kaiponoa H. Kaheaku Inhara, Operations Officer, Headquarters Company, Weapons and Field Training Battalion, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. Major Kaheaku Inhara was commissioned in the Marine Corps in December 2009. Following his graduation from the basic school, he completed the Logistics Officer course in Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, and subsequently gained the MOS of 0402, Logistics Officer. Major Kaheaku Inhara has served in a variety of challenging billets in numerous commands to include serving as Assistant Logistics Officer, Executive Officer, Logistics Planner, and the Command Element Camp Commandant for Brigade Headquarters Group Afghanistan Marine Expeditionary Base Alpha. Exercise Planner for Headquarters Battalion, 3rd Marine Division, Okinawa, Japan. Battalion Logistics Officer, 3rd Reconnaissance Battalion, Camp Schwab, Marine Corps Base, Camp Smedley Butler, Okinawa, Japan. In 2019, Major Kaheaku Inhara assumed command of Range Company, Weapons and Field Training Battalion, Edson Range, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. As of 2020, Major Kaheaku Inhara currently serves as the Operations Officer for Weapons and Field Training Battalion, Edson Range, Marine Corps Recruit Depot, San Diego. Major Kaheaku Inhara's personal decorations include the Navy and Marine Corps Commendation Medal and the Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Major Kaiponoa Kaheaku Inhara. battalion staff. Ladies and gentlemen, as the national flag passes directly in front of you, please rise and remain standing for the playing of Anchors Away and Marines Hit. Once it completes, you may be seated. Series 3269. Series Commander, Captain William J. Krister. Platoon 3269. Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Paul P. Packer. Platoon 3270. Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant J. T. Hutchins. Platoon 3271. Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Isaiah J. Parts. The Regimental Color Guard is led by Regimental Color Sergeant Drill Instructor Sergeant Patrick Hassing. Series 3273. Series Commander, First Lieutenant Elizabeth A. Sands. Platoon 3273. Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Gilbert P. Lipsy. Also from Platoon 3273 is the company high shooter, Private First Class Louis M. Cabello Jr. Platoon 3274. Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Emmanuel Williams. Platoon 3275. Senior Drill Instructor, Staff Sergeant Daniel P. McQuiggan. Also from Platoon 3275 is the most physically fit Marine, Lance Corporal Hunter G. Whitehead. The next portion of the ceremony will be the traditional function of retiring the guidons.
Hey! Hey, hey! March!
The guidons have been carried by the platoons throughout the crew training and are being retired to symbolize the disbanding of platoons. All similar units in the Marine Corps carry such guidons, which identify the unit and are a source of pride to each individual member. Note that the honor of carrying these guidons is bestowed upon those Marines who displayed outstanding leadership qualities, motivation and character, and were selected as the platoon honor graduates.
Retreat! Go! Order! Go!
The guidons will now be returned to the drill instructors. The honor graduate for platoon 3269 is Private First Class Frederick Bradley from Salt Lake City, Utah. The honor graduate for platoon 3270 is Private First Class Kevin Cantano from Chicago, Illinois. The honor graduate for platoon 3271 and also the series honor graduate is Private First Class Daniel P. Salazar from Grand Junction, Colorado. The honor graduate for platoon 3273 is Private First Class Brainy Quinton from Wadena, Iowa. The honor graduate for platoon 3274 is Private First Class Gabriel N. Garza from New Braunfels, Texas. And the honor graduate for platoon 3275 and also the company honor graduate is Lance Corporal Hunter G. Whitehead from Portland, Oregon. Lance Corporal Whitehead is also the recipient of the Chesty Puller Award for his outstanding meritorious performance while in recruit training. Ladies and gentlemen, the honormen of Company M. Company First Sergeant will now give the command to the senior drill instructors to dismiss their platoons. Needless to say, this will be the most welcome command they have received throughout recruit training.